7 Statements from the Cross. There's a painting called View from the Cross by a painter named James Tissot. When looked from down the cross from the perspective of Jesus on the cross, a few people are recognizable. He could see people like the centurions, the chief priests, the scribes, and the women by his side as he died. But Jesus didn't just look at people, but he also cried out 7 statements. First, he cried out, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Jesus did not curse or blame the soldiers who nailed him to the cross, nor the people who yelled at him. Instead, he prayed to God to forgive them, saying that they do not know what they are doing. Second, Jesus said, "Today shalt thou be with me in paradise." Other prisoners were hanging on the cross on the left and right sides of Jesus. One of them criticized Jesus, but the other asked Jesus to remember him. Jesus gave another life to the one who made the right choice at the end of his life. Third, Jesus said, "Woman, behold thy son." Jesus looked at his mother who gave birth to him. Jesus often said that his real family are the people who follow God's words, but as he looked down at his mother who was in pain looking at his son in suffering, Jesus comforted her. He even told one of his disciples to take care of his mother. The fourth statement that Jesus said was, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?" How painful must the punishment on the cross have been? Jesus was in so much pain and suffering, and he had no choice but to look only at the sky. He cried out, enduring the pain as a son abandoned by God. Jesus' 5th statement on the cross was, "I thirst." Jesus desperately struggled on the cross. All the moisture and water was being drained out of his body. The statement demonstrates just how painful this cross of love for us is. Then Jesus cried out, "It is finished." Who can say at the end of their life that it is finished? Most people would be filled with regrets. But because Jesus fully gave his life generously for us, he was able to say at the end of his suffering that God's will and words have been fulfilled. The last statement, or the 7th statement Jesus said on the cross, was, "Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit." The last words Jesus said on the cross showed Jesus' faith in God. He felt abandoned and he was in pain, but he knew just what God was like. This even led the centurion who was in charge of executing Jesus' crucifixion to make his confession. The 7 statements that Jesus said on the cross are not just 7 sentences. They are Jesus' words of love for us and words of life to save our souls from this chaotic world. We might not be able to see exactly what Jesus saw on the cross, but we can surely remember his words from the cross, right? Friends, I hope that we realize how truly Jesus loved us, as shown through his words on the cross.